Okay. A lot to do. What do we want to focus on today? As congrats on being first. A new hand touches the beacon. I am still very low energy. 16 times the detail. Not entirely sure what I want to work on. I can continue. Oh. Sorry. Hold on. Hold on.
16 times the detail.
There you go. I had my desktop audio muted. What do we want to put 16 times the detail on today? It's Ruby's birthday today? What? 16 times the detail on rats. Oh, I did not know. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. Very nice today. Oh, last plans, then last Halo stream later. Emotional day? Why is it emotional? End of Halo. I guess. That is alright. You go and have fun. Oh. Go ahead and enjoy yourself. I am gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. I might work on some vulnerabilities today. Doma, 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 doma. Aruna. Doma, 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 doma. I want to play Hollow Knight again. Finish Silk Song first. Jesus fucking Christ. Suck my nuts if it'll get you to finish the fucking game. What's nasty is being, what, 5 months-ish late to Silk Song? That's nasty. What do you want from me, bro? To finish the game. Fuck all other games. You saw how I did it. I don't give a fuck. Ooh, other games that I have to play. Who gives a fuck? Silk Song came out. Play only Silk Song. Yes, fuck your system. I also have a system. My system is good enough game comes out, I just play that. That's my system. Any other time, we follow schedule. Hey, no one gave money when Silk Song came out. We're talking about now. I'm talking about when Silk Song came out. There was no Halo month. Don't rewrite history. Oh, my neck. Oh. When those were done, I still streamed other stuff. Just saying. Didn't you say you have Outlast plans? Get out of here. Go do your stuff. I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Rage bait me, we'll get fucked. Do I want to? Do I want to add tier 3s? Or is tier 2 good enough? Pet my cat. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the cat. Ooh, back to back The Last of Us. Crazy. Poison. Okay. Lizard folk. Surely there's some here that I still gotta work on, so let me take stock of some of my residual magic systems. Zero Sync Cleric can harness the cigarette. And below have residual magic capacity. The cleric becomes warded. Any creature who targets the cleric with an attack or a harmful spell must first. Okay. Lose the attack or spell. That doesn't protect toward creature from area effects, which is the explosion of a fireball. This effect ends and only returns when the halfway point of residual magic capacity is triggered again. Okay. So you gotta go over and back down. Good to know. There becomes a small beacon of strength. When charged with residual magic, whilst full magic capacity, collects divine aura heals its allies. You can now use your residual mirror on any ally within a 10-foot radius. Eric's divine aura. Okay, so and residual mirror. Alright. It's residual healing. I changed the name. Sparing word. Eric's aura allows for healing spells to pass through the residual magic, even one at its limit. Okay. So basically, if they are at max... Right. I'm relearning my own system. Right, so if the cleric is at max capacity... It can heal and then add on top of that some residual healing. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Benefits from Sanctuary. No one frightened effect. Makes or mirror. Area effect on dead repellent. Or residual magic. Reserve. Okay, so the channel divinity. Now. Using that energy to feel magic. Thanks. Turn undead. And an effect determined. Yeah. Would it be too much to make the channel divinity cost a full residual magic capacity? It might be a little too much. They're the penned. So clerics. You only have one at first level. Second level. 4. You could potentially have more than one at third level, but you'd have to have some residual magic left over from the previous day to use on the next one. 1, 2, all in one day. Okay. But it is balanced because you can't just spam it back to back. You would have to use it, spend some spell slots, and then use it again. I think it balances itself, thankfully. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it cost your full channel divinity, your full residual magic. Now the question is, classes. Let me take a look at some of the channel divinities from the subclasses. There's of course Turn and Destroy Undead, Divine Domains, Touch of Death. Destroy another creature's life force by touch. Cleric can use Channel Divinity to deal extra necrotic damage to the target. Okay. Forge Domain. Yeah, it makes sense because the channel divinity is going to get more powerful as the game goes on. So it makes sense that it will cost more at each cast. Second level, you gain the ability to channel divine energies directly from your deity. The energy to fuel magical effects. Turn undead, and an effect determined by your domain. Use your channel affinity. Some channel affinity effects require saving throws. You use such an effect from this class. Alright. You use your channel divinity. Your magic points. And choose which effect to create. Okay. Yeah. This is good. Okay, let's take a look at Bard. It's been a minute. Why is there such a big space here? The second level bards can spend half of the residual magic capacity when using inspiration die to inspire themselves. Yeah? Bard's passive humming can be heard more clearly when it has less residual magic, muffling it out. Once below half your residual magic capacity, all active inspirations given have the added effect of your proficiency bonus on top of the number rolled. Okay. If I remember correctly, I made it so that this is a continuous effect. I can't remember. As in, even if you've already given out your inspiration, whilst muffled, once you unmuffle, and you go back below half capacity, all of the currently active inspirations become unimpeded ones. I don't remember. Bonus to any ability check and saving throw you make that doesn't already include your proficiency bonus. Okay. Given the other effect of your proficiency bonus on top of the number rolled. Right. Yeah, I think all active inspirations. Yeah, so it is. Okay. Also 4, yeah. I think this is good. Is there anything else that I want to give? For a higher level. I think I've stopped at 7th level for most of them, right? Yeah, 7th level. 3rd. 9th level. What did I get? While small shape druids can spend residual magic points to cast spells. For every spell cast, an amount of residual magic equal to that spell's level is spent. You know what? I think I'm going to change this to be half. For every spell cast, equal to half of that spell's level spent. That way, if you cast a 4th level spell, you only need to spend 2 residual magic points. Because then it wouldn't be very worth it. Because you use, as a druid, you use your residual magic so much for shape wild, and I believe wild shape as well, or is wild shape its own thing? I can't remember. Not residue, shape wild. It is its own thing. Okay, good. Okay, warlocks definitely need a look over. Wait, 2nd level. Oh, bards don't get anything at 1st level with the residual magic. Since we don't have a bard on the upcoming campaign, I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'll figure it out another time. Same with warlocks. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Okay. I'm just gonna write them down. Because it's taking up way too much space. What the fuck is that? Shit. Giant crab. And crocodile. Giant frog. Giant scorpion, giant spider, giant toad. Okay. Giant wolf spider, griffin, harpy. Harpy. Hydra. I did not remember that, but I guess that's yeah, higher level creature. Hydra, manticore, phase spider. Quetzalcoatl's, rat, and spider. Wait, rat and spider? Yeah. Okay. I can delete this now. That's much better. Worst animal dodge. Okay. Oh, wait, these are written in. Why are these written? That should not be like this. Okay, let me deformat these. What the hell? Okay, this is fucking weird. Hold on. Where's animal options? There we go. Baboon, badger, basilisk. Bat. Black bear. Boar. Brontosaurus. Okay, that one is not going in there. Alcatraz. Constrictor snake. Deer. No, I can just delete these, right? Oh. How the fuck do... Wait. Why is my formatting not working? There we go. Nope. I'd have to fucking do this one by one. You're kidding me. Wait, roll. Oh, I can do these. Okay. Perfect. Werewolf. Spicer beast. Oh. Milk. We're getting to the boring part of flying snake. Frog. Giant ape. Giant badger. Giant bat. Giant boar. Giant centipede. Wait. Okay, we're almost done. Giant elk. Barbeetle. Frog. Goat. Hyena. Lizard. Poisonous snake. Rat. Spider. Toad. Wasp. Weasel. Spider. I do not know what the fuck that is. Naga. Harpy. Here's the Hydra again. Hyena. Almost done. Lizard. Owl. Bear. Panther. And a spider again. And delete the table. Okay. Now I can also do this. That they're more visible. Okay. Did I do any others? No. Okay. I don't think there's anything that I need to work on for wizards. Wizards are pretty straightforward. Class for residual magic as it stands. Yeah, double the amount that you're carrying, half your capacity. Oh, I need to put. Okay, so. Once per long rest, double the amount of residual magic that you're carrying. Is once per long rest enough? Should you at any point be able to do it more than once? I think you should. Yeah, maybe. If I put, let's say, what? 10? No. 12? 12 level. Ooh. Ah. You can use this feature twice. Oh. Twice per long rest. I think that's good. It makes it so that at 9th level you gain residual compression, and then you gotta deal with having both of them together for 3 levels. Yeah, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Oh, jeez.
Big ass nigga on a scooter drinking Capri Sun.
I support. Welcome in. Know what? What are you knowing about? I'm not getting gangbang residuals. Okay, buddy. How you doing, sport? Well. Yeah. It's too damn cold. Yeah. We're starting to cool off a bit. Well, warm up, not cool off. Around here, so. Well, kind of. There was like a lot of fog a couple days ago. But apart from that, we're warming up here in the UK. Backdoor locks were frozen solid. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't think we get that type of fucking cold here. Our cold is very moist. Our cold is very wet. So it's hard for things to freeze. Because they keep getting fucking melted.
These cops are interrogating me about an ounce of weed as if I didn't kill an Applebee's hostess 2 miles away.
Yeah, Mrs. Squared. It's cold as fuck out. We got snow, but the sun was out, so it melted. But then it froze. Yeah, no, we're sucks to suck. We're warming up around here. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. What are you up to today, Mr. Squared? Yeah, I think twice per long rest for wizards at 12th level is a good amount. It's good enough time in between to learn, you get a bit of time with residual compression and residual expansion until you get to use it twice per long rest. Work. The aliens is real, so I got more things to fuck. Residual expansion? Yeah. Okay. Weeb. Weeb alert. We got a weeb in the building. Nerd. It's a great anime. I haven't finished it. I mean, it hasn't finished either, but I haven't caught up. Domain expansion stuck in line at Walmart. I've been thinking to get back into Clair Obscur, to play the DLC and stuff. I just need the time for it. We got so many games. Oh, Jesus. The new season is popping off, so I've heard. Infinite Toast Tub. I can't escape Jujutsu Kaisen. It's fucking everywhere. I still gotta watch The Mighty Nine. I've been pushing it back so much. I should have watched it during my month vacation, but I just kept pushing it back. I gotta watch that. I don't be on TikTok, so I miss all the cringe bitches. I'm not on TikTok either, and I still get all of the Jujutsu Kaisen shit. Backlog of anime. It's in the 200 plus. I just try not to think too much about animes. Like, I couldn't tell you 3 animes that I want or need to watch and have it like on a backlog. I just watch it as they come. That's generally how I go about my animes. I don't want to know of all of the animes that I could be watching. I'd just rather take my time. When I see an anime that I'm interested in, we watch it. Kind of like I did with Delicious in Dungeon. Just kind of been meaning to watch it. Heard it's very D&D-esque. And decided, you know what? Let's watch it. And I watched it. And that's it. Ever since then, I haven't thought of any other anime. Apart from like Mighty Nine, which isn't really an anime. But, I mean, what is an anime anymore? Let's be honest. Everything is an anime. It being Japanese doesn't really have anything to do with being an anime anymore. I watch on the toilet. How long are your shits support? Mighty Nine was pretty damn good. So I've heard. Even with all of the changes. so who the fuck knows? Well, some would say Avatar The Last Airbender is an anime. And that isn't the Japanese cartoon. It has some style to it. Definitely some anime inspiration. Same thing with like the Critical Role stuff, right? Mighty Nine and Vox Machina are both very stylized. It's weird because I don't even like the distinction anymore. Yeah, I don't like distinguishing anime by, oh, it's Japanese made, oh, it's Western made. Like, they're all cartoons. Can we lose the distinction altogether? Because at this point, we've both styles have influenced each other so much that they're all one and the same at this point. Animes are cartoons and cartoons are anime. Russian anime. Okay, now that I don't know about. Hold on. All right, Yuri on Ice is a Russian anime, right? I've never seen it, but oh, we're back. I've seen clips. I've seen enough clips to have a damn good idea of how spicy that anime is. Asking the Japanese to conform. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Like, well, it's not the same because Japan does hand-drawn. Fucking everybody does hand-drawn. Yeah, it's stupid. Yuri on Ice, yeah. But it's not Yuri. What do you mean? It's yaoi? Okay. It is pretty gay. The animation looks fire. Why is it always the animes that are about the most mundane shit that have the most fire animations? You know what I mean? The volleyball animes, I don't know what the fuck their name are. The football animes and now the ice skating animes. It's always the animes with the most mundane shit that have the sickest animation, and it bothers me. It bothers me so much. God bless Demon Slayer. You know what I mean? Demon Slayer and like Jujutsu Kaisen are a light in the darkness for animes that are not about random ass mundane bullshit that have amazing animation. Sports anime do go dummy hard, and it's so dumb. It's so dumb. He did lose One Punch Man to AI. My guy's sliding down the hill. There's that part of me that wants to watch the new seasons just to see the shit show, because I haven't seen it, but I've seen it. You know what I mean? I haven't I haven't seen it, but I've seen it. Yeah, how was it? Did you see it? Yeah. series that doesn't do action anime. It might as well have been AI. AI would have done a better job. It's wild to say, but it would have. AI would have done a better job than what they did. Just don't deserve money for that. It's always the thing, right? You don't want to. What's the word? You don't want to support a badly made project, but if you like the franchise, you still hope that the rest is better. So then what do? Do you give them money hoping that the next season will be better? Or you pirate the shit, you know? It's a gamba every time. Yeah, I probably would. But let's not write off the bad work as AI. AI doesn't deserve that type of bad rap.
Does not simply walk into mortal.
Thank you for collecting your mileage, Hunty. Appreciate it. Welcome in. One Punch Man does seem to be entirely cooked, which is a shame.
The other day I bounced my ass so hard I pulled a muscle. Booty bouncing champion.
Damn.
And I'ma keep on grinding for it. Other day I bounced my ass so hard I tore my spinal cord.
Hang on, dude. Just to read One Punch Man at this point. I mean, they were basically giving us sliding still images, so it's the same as reading the manga. One is for you to hydrate, and how scared should I be? I forgot the name of it. I think it's ASMR Sip. That one. Drink cactus juice.
Drink cactus juice. It'll quench you. Nothing's quenchier. It's the quenchiest.
Oh. Oh. Here we go.
All of this just works.
Oh yeah. I was needing some of that. All of this just works. Was that about how much you expected, Hunty? Good enough. Animation cells, then AI to fill in the gap. Stuff they didn't want to do or didn't know how to. Or some more relaxed workspace. They should have tested it on something less big. Yeah. Something not as sensational as One Punch. Man, I still remember when One Punch Man first came out. It was fucking everywhere. I mean, how can you do that? Such a big phenomenon. It was for Netflix, it was like right up there with Stranger Things, damn near. Everyone first came out because I couldn't fucking watch it. Why? I didn't know how to yar when I first got into high school. What? He didn't know how to what? Was hating from outside the club. What do you mean you didn't know how to Yarhar? I'm confused. Let's go down to Sorcerer. Anything I need to do on Sorcerer? I don't think so. Oh, I definitely need to work on Ranger. Yeah. Days Arrow Storm. Didn't know about all the alleyway sites. So you couldn't get into Netflix? I am broke. That is fair enough. Ugh. I don't have Netflix right now. You feel like I'm kidding me? Can't be bothered. And Netflix barely has anything anymore. Next morning it would be over. Yeah. Netflix does not have enough anymore for it to be worth worth the money. Every single movie making or TV show making company has their own separate website now. So you gotta pay hundreds in subscriptions just to be able to watch all of the stuff you want to watch. Man, we had it so good. There was a little pocket of time there where we were eating so good when Netflix had first come out, and the idea of streaming services, all movies and TV shows in one place was relatively new. We had it so good. And now, they had to ruin it. Everyone had to make their own personal streaming service website with their own specific subscriptions. And everything's exclusive. It's console war all over again, but with movies and TV shows. New Dragon Ball series coming out soon. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Let it fucking die. It needs to go. It's following the oh my. It's gotta go. It has got to go. Some things are not meant to live for this long. Just gonna go back to cable at this point. I cannot handle all of these subscription systems. That's what they say about Super, and look where that's at. She's gonna be able to say the N-word soon. Dragon Ball, One Piece, they gotta go. They really gotta go. Naruto went, and then they fucking came back. Got resuscitated with Naruto's son. Like, just let the motherfucker die. Let him lay in peace. Stop the tournament of power. You might as well be speaking gibberish to me. I have not been following nearly long enough to know what any of that means. Naruto stopped and became more ass somehow. And I'm not one to watch these long ass fucking animes. Like, not at all. The only reason I got through any of Dragon Ball Z is because I was a fucking child, you know? I would not. If DBZ had come out. Fuck, what? Past 2010. I would not have gotten into it. Just like I haven't gotten into Naruto or One Piece. It would have been just another one of the animes that are extremely long running that I just don't even think about getting into. Those runs all time like One Piece. And now One Piece decides to go seasonal. Honestly, I had no idea One Piece wasn't a seasonal show. When they announced it, I was like, so you guys just been so you just been throwing shit at the wall like for the past fuck knows how long. Y'all motherfuckers just crazy. You guys just don't stop. Make companies more money at this point since now people have to. Yeah. And here in the UK, cable is mandatory. You need to have. I don't know if it's that way everywhere. BBCs are required in every household in England. The writer was working on the live action. UK is old. Like, to a certain extent, I understand. Because, if there are, like, alerts, how do I call it? If there are nationwide alerts, you would want everyone to catch it, right? So having cable being mandatory, if at any point there is a nationwide alert of any form of evacuation, you would be more certain that everyone or the majority of the population got the alert because their TVs would be sending the alert. I can understand that, but I mean, that should be something that is covered by the government. You know what I mean? This is why I pay taxes. You pay for my fucking cable. I pay taxes for these type of things. If there's any situation where an entire city needs to evacuate for any particular reason, it's on the government to make sure that we are prepared for that shit. It's not on me. I pay taxes for that specific reason.
Poggers.
What an interesting first message. What did you do to my guards? How did you get in here? I hope you at least got your stealth leveled up before you got in. The government overrides and sends warnings. We have that, but we found... Oh yeah, I think we do that too, so... Yeah, I guess it's not actually that necessary. Gunshot. See? My guards are on point. Main characters, passive 27 to stealth. 27, 26. Jesus, I can't read. Passive 26. How would you even get about getting that? Like a... Oh, right. Because at a certain level, you can't roll below a 10. So you'd have like a 16 bonus to your stealth? Holy fuck, hold on. You get like, you get to a max of +8. Oh, right, and expertise. I got it. I figured it out. Yeah, expertise, double your proficiency bonus, 8 times 2, 16. Nice. Man, rogues are disgusting. Classic. Average rogue over here. Okay, I'm bored and cold. Alright, well, I guess I'll go fuck myself, support. Thanks. Damn. Not entertaining enough for you, I guess. The precision performance was the same. However, I was the weakest subclass of Arcane Trickster. Ah. Man, Hey, maybe it's just me. I still don't like Arcane Tricksters. It just feels like a very weak subclass. It could be more flavorful. I wish there was more to it. There's so much potential there. It's not your fault my back. Max didn't kick in yet. It's too damn cold. You go get in your den. Play some games. Stay warm. Well, welcome in, Nerd Sakura. And oh yeah, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Forgot to do my streamer stuff. Appreciate you coming in. We are... Well, I'm supposed to be doing some D&D reworking, but we ended up talking about anime for some reason.
On it. Have you considered
Murder? You know you spent half your goddamn gold on it. Have you considered murder? Thank you for the lure, sport. Scout and Mastermind are mechanically strong. Arcane Trickster spells aren't great. I should know. Playing strictly them for 5 years. I can't. Oh. You mean for 5 years, Scout, Mastermind, and Arcane Trickster? Yeah? Now that you've been playing Arcane Trickster for 5 years, I would kill myself. Okay, just Arcane Trickster. Okay, yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Ah. Different campaigns. I'm assuming it's all in one 5-year long campaign so far. Yeah. Oh Jesus, my whole table moved. Just now recently started branching out to bard, sorcerer, fighter, fighter that at level 1. Many characters, many campaigns. Just all arcane tricksters. Man, I did not know that one tricks existed in D&D. That's crazy. I mean, I respect the commitment. There's a reason I'm a dungeon master. I can't handle being one thing for too long. Being a dungeon master allows me to be a little bit of everything. Great is that each character is unique. I mean, they had to have been. You would have gone absolutely fucking insane playing the same character for 5 years in multiple campaigns. Look at Fluffy. She loves being barbarians. You're not wrong. You know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Man, I gotta branch out on my classes. I can't play the same thing for too long or I'll go fucking nuts. Your campaign's mostly homebrewed stuff or playing modules? Like, hey, Sakura or nerdy? The process of making my newest character for Curse of Strahd. Well, stack up ideas in case my first idea doesn't get approved. Ooh, Curse of Strahd. Gotta go back to Monk, my beloved. I got Devil and Wizard. You got the big old fighter. Your backup character is neither of those, which is funny. Are you playing any of those in your home games? So squared. Done a few modules in homebrew. Sakura's campaign was homebrew. My first Isekai type character. Ooh, Isekai D&D. Had a few of those. Depending on how it's done, it can be really good. How long have you been playing D&D in general? Sakura. More like in my home game, because it's the only class I haven't had extensive time with. It's a pretty good class. Feels good to play. Warlock feels very impactful. It's a burst class, you know what I mean? Glass cannon. Monk is my favorite class, followed quickly by Wizard. Oh, I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was Wizard followed by Monk. Or has that changed recently? It's roughly 2019. My first arcane structure being Sir Henry Oxford. 95% of people can guess his race. Ooh. Sir Henry Oxford is a... Arcane trickster. Sir Henry Oxford. I'm gonna say he is... Oh. Part of me wants to say kobold. um. Hmm. Lizard folk is a good option. I'm feeling a turtle. Considering the fact that you said that most people can't guess the race, it's gotta be a pretty out there race. Can't be one of the main ones. Can you tell me if it's like in it's a different module race, like a different setting? As a hint, is the race in the main player's handbook? Oh, I have to check. Oh, where's my... There we go. It's one of the additional books. Ah, fuck. It could be... There are too many. There are so many. Oh. I'll say the lizard folk is incorrect. Shit. Is it a turtle? No, I'm starting to feel like it isn't. But to be fair, there are so many. Okay, not a turtle. Ooh, bugbear is a good one. Bugbear is a pretty out there choice. Damn. Furbog? No, it's an arcane trickster. So it's... You know what? I'm gonna assume it's one of the smaller races. It's a goblin, a kenku, or a kobold. I'm gonna say... Kobold. I wanted to say that before. Oh, again. I'm gonna put it out there. Kobold. Damn. No, in Spanish. Hobgoblin or Tabaxi are also pretty good for arcane tricksters. I'd say Tabaxi of the two. It's the furry. Ah, there it is. Most people guess human. Ah, human is too regular. Regular. It's funny. Rarely people's first characters are ever human. It's it's usually the veteran D&D players that go for human characters because they've already played all of the non-human races. Before the India was a Skyrim player who played the cat race. Very fair. Speaking of, Skyrim music in the background. You guys can't hear it. Hold on. Can you hear it now? It was very low for some reason. Put a lull in the music. And put it back to the beginning. I love me some Skyrim. Love me some Khajiit. Moonpath to elsewhere. Backseat to half elf to now I almost always go tiefling. Tiefling, man, tiefling became such a phenomenon on D&D. I'd say tiefling is probably the most played race, or at least close to it. I'm a fan of Lokatha, but I haven't played them. I saw them here in a second. I don't think I've ever played or even included them in my games, like ever. Where was it again? Right, this one. Oh. Also. Skyrim fan. Hold on. Good old Skyrim tattoo. There's some good features and then one really bad one. Oh. Well, I ain't gonna, they ain't gonna let me see it, I guess. Hold on. D5e. What do they have? Yeah, that's what I'm using right now. Natural armor, decent. Observant and athletic, proficiency, Leviathan will, advantage on saving throws against being charmed, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, stunned, or put to sleep. That is way too powerful. Yeah, that I am never putting that in any of my games. Limited amphibious. You can breathe air and water, but you need to be submerged at least once every 4 hours to avoid suffocating. Oh, that'd be annoying as fuck. I mean, it is still way too powerful. It's just, it is super powerful. And then you can also just die randomly, which is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it would be fun at all. It'd be more hassle than it's worth for all of the benefits that you get for it. Very nice. I love them, but I haven't played one. It would be really fun to play one in like a short campaign, like a 3-shot or a 1-shot or 6 sessions. I would hate to have to deal with the 4-hour timer for a long-term campaign. Also, so we are doing some reworking here, by the way, Sakura. Because we're gonna start a big campaign soon that we're gonna stream. It's gonna be on. We're gonna start at the end of February-ish, the next big campaign. And I've decided to change a lot of things about D&D, which is pretty much what you're looking at right now. I think you're gonna want Saturdays I play pacifist bard. So our campaign is gonna look very different from base D&D. If you tune in for those, there's a lot of rules that I've reworked and some rules that I just gotten rid of entirely. A lot of spells that I've reworked, magical items, attunement, concentration, vulnerabilities, poison. I can give you a rundown of things if you would like. It's a lot of reworked stuff because I was kind of tired of D&D as it was. You touch my beloved spell, Cliff of Warding. I don't believe I have. Let me see. It's not here, so I'm gonna say no. And to be fair, a lot of the spells here I have not changed. I've just added to them. Because I changed how concentration works in my games. So this is concentration, and of course some of the spell changes. Like I've changed some levels for certain spells. But essentially, in my games now, concentration has a tier system. There are 3 different types of concentration, and you can concentrate on 3 different spells at the same time, as long as each spell is of the right concentration tier. Meaning you can have a low, mid, and high concentration spells all concentrated at the same time. And if you take damage and lose concentration, it'll only get rid of the highest tier that you have currently up. Yeah. This way, it feels a little bit more strategizing. I've changed how some spells are, of course, to try and balance out this concentration system a bit better. But yeah, I just don't like classes like clerics. I played quite a few clerics in my time, and I fucking hate the fact that 90% of the spells are action spells, and 90% of those action spells are concentration spells. Meaning, you can only do one thing every 10 rounds, because if you cast another concentration spell, then you just fucked yourself. it kind of sucks. I don't like how concentration works. It feels very restrictive. And this way it feels a little bit more, like you have a bit more impact. Manager said I had the spell. There was a Batman-like plan. If the party decided to kill her, they did. You'd have to roll like 98 damage per or half on success. Jesus Christ. Just a walking nuke. I dislike paladins because the class shouldn't be tanky and now DPSing the DPS. I dislike certain parts of Paladin because it feels like it's very much just a I can do one thing and I do one thing right. And that's what Paladins are. So I've also reworked Paladins slightly. Gave them a much needed nerf in my book. Yeah, there's 2024 D&D has its ups and downs. But overall, I don't like how much flavor they've taken away from most classes and races. Yeah, mostly downs for sure. Species, I guess. The change that I made to Paladins, gotta turn down the music again. I have this residual magic system where every time that you spend a spell slot, you gain a point of residual magic. And the point of residual magic that you gain is equal to the spell level that you cast. There's a residual magic limit, so a second level paladin can only hold 2 residual magic points. And once you reach that limit, you can't cast another spell until you spend your residual magic points. It's kind of like a hard cap, so that you need to strategize. You can't just blast spells back to back, and that goes for all of the spellcasting classes. And as for Paladin, I tied the Divine Smite ability to the residual magic instead of the spell slots. So this way, Paladins are forced to interweave spells with their Divine Smite. Instead of just having Divine Smite that they can just spend spell slots to deal a fuck ton of damage, you need to first dish out some damage and actually with your regular spells and with your attacks before you are allowed to use your residual magic points to then use Divine Smite. And of course, with the capping of it, you can only do it a certain amount of times until you need to restock mid-combat by spending more spell slots to regain some of your residual magic points. That way it makes a bit more of a back and forth, instead of Paladins being just a front-heavy powerhouse of damage, where you just spend all of your spell slots, however many spell slots you want, to cast a Divine Smite when you crit. That way you need to prepare for it, and it makes the Paladin spells more useful, because Paladin spells suck. They just suck really bad. No one uses them because they just hoard the spell slots for Divine Smite. This way, you don't feel compelled to hoard your spell slots for Divine Smite, because you can't use your spell slots for Divine Smite. You can only use residual magic points for Divine Smite. I feel like it makes the class a little bit more interesting and fun to use. I'm okay with them being tanky, because of this. The damage that they dish out now is periodical. There's a lot that I've done with this residual magic system, not just with paladins. I've changed a lot about each class and how they work because of this new system. I have to see how it is in practice before I can personally say my opinions on it. Yeah, we did a 3-shot. To test out this new system. Because before the 3-shot, we did a Cyberpunk campaign. That was like 20-something sessions. Oh yeah. Hold on. Where is it? Here. I made a new YouTube channel just for my D&D stuff. That's where all of the D&D sessions are gonna go. Our latest 3-shot has some of the system, the residual magic point system, to test it out. It's a very new channel. Did the rogue get any changes? I'm not sure. I can't remember. Hold on. It's alright, I guess. I don't think rogue got any changes because rogues don't get, most rogue classes don't get magic. Although I made poison, and one would argue that poison is more of a rogue thing. I've reworked poison so that it's actually useful instead of it being something that everything is resistant or immune to. And that makes it much better for rogues, assassins, or, you know, any form of rogue, pretty much. They find it funny that I'm a rogue. Man, who dislike paladins? Runs in the blood. I've always been the opinion that poison is a rogue thing. I should know where to get questionably legal things. Exactly. So I've reworked poison so that poison damage is an overtime thing. Every time that you get poison damage, you will be poisoned. You will get the poisoned condition. It's not a debate. The whole you know, you deal poison damage, but somehow the person doesn't get the poison condition, never made any fucking sense to me whatsoever. It's dumb as fuck. But now you get the poison condition, and you are dealt some poison damage over time, mid-combat. However, there are different types of poisons now, such as toxic, venom, and kingsbane. Toxic damage is a more deadly version of poison, which also has a symbiotic effect with poison. If you have the poison condition prior to taking toxic damage, the toxic damage will be doubled. That way you can plan things out ahead of time. Venom is the category for most of the poisons that inflict an effect, like paralysis, incapacitating, or hallucinations. Because it never made any sense to me that if you're immune to poison, now you're immune to all types of poison. If you have resistance to them, now you're immune to paralysis poison, you're immune to incapacitating poisons, you're immune to hallucination poison. They're all very different things that attack very different parts of your body. And just because you have poison immunity, all of a sudden now all of the parts of your body are strengthened instead of one particular part. So even if a creature is poison immune, they're not venom immune or toxic immune. That way, poison isn't useless anymore, because there's so many things that are immune to poison. And if you're smart with it, you can dish out even more damage with the poison and toxic combo. And Kingsbane is a category for the more unique, powerful poisons, the ones used by the types of assassins that go after political figures, really powerful assassins, the type of people that don't get caught. That's the type of poison we're talking about, that there are no cure for. There's nothing that you can prepare yourself against. These will kill you 9 times out of 10. Her dagger that was a gift to her, where it could hold any liquid. I intended it to just be poison. 16 the character asked, what if you put healing potion in it? So it was allowed any liquid. You got to deal with sneak attack plus Wyvern poison is fucking brutal. So in this case, Wyvern poison would be considered toxic damage. I'm gonna have to rework a lot of the creatures that deal poison damage. Yeah, Wyvern would definitely be a creature that deals toxic damage instead of poison damage now. So even if you're resistant or immune to poison, Wyverns can still fuck you up. Also, putting healing in a dagger. Yeah. I've also reworked vulnerability. Pretty much anything that is a set in stone yes and no, like the black and white aspects of D&D are the parts that I'm modifying the most. Those are the parts that I fucking hate about D&D. D&D should be 99.9% gray area, not black and white. So something like vulnerability, where it's very black and white. If you're vulnerable to a type of damage, you just take double whatever the damage you receive from that type of damage. End of story. That is very black and white to me, and always felt very cop-out. Like they didn't feel like putting any more thought into vulnerabilities and what type of effects they would have on the creatures. So I created a tier system, where, for example, here, cold damage, creatures can have tier 1, tier 2, or just have tier 1 and tier 2 combined. Having tier 1 doesn't mean you have having tier 2 doesn't mean they would have tier 1, but it is possible. I'm going to add the types of poison applications: contact, ingested, inhaled, and injury. Yeah, actually, I think it's already here. Where is it? Yeah, poison that is inhaled or ingested is more deadly. So if you have resistant to poison, if you inhale the poison or ingest it, your resistance doesn't mean shit. If you directly eat or drink or inhale the gas of any particular type of poison, then your resistance doesn't mean anything. Your resistance for like most creatures, being resistant in my eyes only means injury. So if you're resistant to poison damage, in my games, it would mean that if you get punctured by any form of dagger or sting that deals poison damage, that's when your poison resistance actually is actually useful. But if you're dumb enough to if you're dumb enough to drink it, then it's on you. You know, God has left the chat. You're on your own, homie. Made a noble sorceress with the infernal constitution feat. It gave me resistance to poison, and in her hair, she had highly poisonous contact flowers. You know, I would say in that case, it would be the opposite. Yeah. If I had a someone with a infernal constitution, which to me very much feels like your internal organs are very resistant, I'd say inhaling and drinking or eating any form of poison would not affect you as much. Be the exact opposite of what is written here. So yeah. Customization. It sounds like a really fun idea though. The highly poisonous contact flowers. Just whip my hair back and forth. Sounds like a lot of fun. Oh wait, so that was a sorceress. So for once, not an arcane trickster. Man, I think that sorcerers are really close to being my favorite class in the game. They're just so intricate. Something about the sorcery points system and twin casting and all of that. There was 4 types I chose: roses, Ouroboros, Aconitum, and is that Olidender? Trying to pick flowers that look similar because it would be funny and tragic for an NPC. Die on the spot. That's fucked up. Haha, funny. Poor fucking guys. What was I saying? Right, sorcerers. This is why I was really excited to rework on sorcerers, because I wanted to just add to it. I didn't want to take anything away from sorcerers, because they're great as they are. Um, yeah. Sarah's trying because she's a sweet, caring person. She just, with highly poisonous flowers in her hair. How has someone not died yet? That is an ecological hazard. Walking around with those in her hair. She goes to a completely different country. She's got the highly poisonous flowers in her hair. They release just a little bit of pollen in the area and take root and then start growing. This highly poisonous. You go to an extremely bustling, highly populated city in a different continent, and the pollen just takes purchase and start blooming some highly poisonous flowers in some garden. Kids go to play. Everybody dies. She has... Man, that's money. Imagine being so rich that you not only can afford to have highly poisonous flowers in your hair as decoration, but you have a dedicated butler to stop people from touching them. That is one hell of a butler. Oh. Yeah, it didn't emphasize the noble part of it enough. That is money for sure. Hmm. I need to start working on these off stream to get it going a little bit faster. I don't think I need to rework anything else on Attunement. I've already done enough rework here, because yeah, the only thing that is left is for penalties, and those will be magic item specific. So I don't really need to do this now, because this is a months-long process. Gotta go over every single magical item that I can find in the game, and give each one of them a downside, a penalty that makes sense for them. I intend on making a short source book of this at some point, but I wouldn't even know where to begin. I'm not gonna lie. Chose Divine Soul plus Courage, College's Tribes, Bard with spell restrictions, and medium. Added his rules for a wizard. No interest in invocation, necromancy, and illusion spells. For the sorcerer, I had to use spell points. Sadly, I never got to play this character. What? You know. So the campaign never started? Man. D&D gets another one. D&D claims another soul. Scribe Wizard. Got it. That is so fucking sad. There's been so many over the years. So many have been lost. They're the D&D gods. Such a shame. It started without me. Oh, now that's evil. Between this character and another player. With the person in the back to the stuff that wasn't there. Instead, it was removed. What the fuck? Wait, a conflict between your character and another player, or the other player's character? As in, the other player had a problem with your character, or their character had a problem with your character? Because one of those is very different from the other. They're both bad, but one of those is much more delusional. They had a problem with my character. Yeah, that's the highly delusional one. What was their problem with your character? I mean, apart from the fact that it has poisonous flowers in her hair, it's a pretty decent character. And even that quirk can be, you know, it's whatever. Every D&D character has some form of quirk. Otherwise, they wouldn't be worth playing. Was the age, the extremely loose romance tension. What was the age of your character? Oh boy. I mean, in my games, I make it very clear to all of my players from the get-go that I do not accept characters that are below the age of 18, because there are simply themes and things that we talk about and that the characters are going to go through in my games that is just has no place for minors. So I can understand that, but I mean, if you raised it to 18, I don't really see the problem. What romance tension was there? I think I've had there hasn't been too many, to be honest. Like in all of my years, only a handful of times where I've had to talk to players about raising their character ages because they chose something between 16 and 18. But every time, it's completely fine. We fix the issue and we move forward. Campaign continues. I can understand people's hesitance towards it. Once the problem is dealt with, it is dealt with. There's no point on dwelling on it any further. And I can also see a 16-year-old being a lot more reckless with that poisonous flower in their heads. So, to be fair, makes sense. Makes sense that the character was initially thought of to be relatively young. Give the DM the idea for when we TPK. We go to hell. Neither the hell module. So, my talent rescue. Lots of attention. Neither the player nor DM could understand it. I mean, my first instinct is that it's more of a paternal relationship. You know, he feels responsible for her, yada yada. My first instinct wasn't romance between the butler and the 16-year-old. You know what I mean? And to be fair, I didn't even know that the character was 16, and even then, maybe it's just because I envision butler, and anytime that I think of a butler, it's, you know, Alfred is the thing that comes to mind. So anyone is a child in the eyes of Alfred. If you're 18, if you're 30, or if you're 16. Yeah, I thought more of a responsibility based on Sebastian from Black Butler. I have not watched that, so you know what? I don't even know what he looks like. I've heard of Black Butler, but I do not know. Let me see. Sebastian. Classic character, but I didn't want to call you out. Sender's Vial. Yeah, yeah. I can see it. And I can still see the a more paternal instinct than anything else. Maybe it's just my image of butlers. I love butlers. Which is really funny. Right now I'm listening to Lord of Mysteries. Apple Girl recommended. And we just got to a part of the story where the main character gets a butler. And I don't know. There's something about butlers. I love them. I can't help but love butlers because it always feels, at least in my head, stories that involve butlers usually have the butler become a integral part of the family, and I've always found that to be fucking adorable. I love it when the story goes in that direction. It's probably one of my favorites. Is when the butler just kind of becomes a indispensable individual for the family, wherever it is that he serves. Just because they're absolute cuties. Two ways to introduce myself out of formal way and a preferred informal way. Celebratory. If it helps you breathe easier. Myself to others. That is sweet. It's a shame you didn't get to actually play the character. I'm assuming you don't speak to said individuals anymore. The people that were part of that particular campaign that started without you. From Discord and as a friend. Classic. Yeah, that makes sense. D&D drama can D&D drama can go really fast. Those of the Eastern Court were informed of the Moonglass throne. Damn. I love it when player characters have strong personalities. Like, not every character can be that way, right? In a campaign, some characters need to be a little bit more, what's the word? Fuck. I can't remember the word. Some characters need to be a bit more backseat. If that makes any sense. Because if every character has strong personalities, then it becomes a spotlight hogging issue. It's a mess. Yeah, can't have too many egos. But I do love it when a couple, I think a couple is a good amount, you know, two strong personality characters that have a way of introducing themselves. It's always really fun to have. Still face. Yeah. I can't remember the last time that I started a campaign with a character that didn't end up having a more leadership role, no matter how hard I try not to. It's just most of the time that I've played D&D instead of DM'd, which weren't many times, but most of the time that I did play D&D, the people that I played with were just very shy. So it makes it hard for me to take a backseat, because then the story doesn't go anywhere. Everyone can't take the backseat. Continue Bard, who's terrified of everything except for spirits. In Curse of Strahd. Man, I'm yet to see how Curse's Strahd goes in general. I just don't DM any D&D modules because I can't play them. I just can't. I can't follow them. Welcome back. Hello. Richard's probably not going to be a loud individual. They'll be on the back seat a bit. Yeah. They have strong views and morals. Eating before stream. Very nice. Yeah, it's getting about that time. What are we talking about? We're talking about characters with strong personalities, in D&D, just some general D&D talk, to be fair. I've stopped doing actual work for a while now. As usual. Yeah, it's a podcast episode today. Have you played Curse of Strahd many times, Sakura? I can't imagine playing the same module or the same campaign twice. I don't know, something about it I just... more modules. I've got the space one. The space one. Oh, the one in the with the ships that traverse space. Because it's drawn like 3 times. This Strahd is unique because it's kind of different every time. How so? Every adventure is different, Tommy. I mean, yeah, with different characters and stuff. There's something about the story, you know, just enjoying a new story each time that I really like about D&D. Not having any idea of what is to come is a part of D&D that I really enjoy. As a player and as a DM. Because as a player, then I don't know anything, right? I don't know shit. And I start a new campaign, play with some people. It's super fun, not knowing what's coming. And just doing what I can, progressing the character. As a DM, even if I know what's coming, I don't really know how we're gonna get there. Not even close. I don't know what I'm gonna have to cut from the game entirely because of certain choices and what I'm gonna have to rework back into it because of other choices. But if I replay the same campaign with the same people, I will have an idea of where things could go, unless the players are intentionally trying to do, trying to go against the grain, which I'm not very fond of that idea. I don't like the idea of knowing that my players know how the story goes and that they're actively trying to do something else, just because they want to, you know, try out different stuff. That I'm just trying to accommodate the accommodation of accommodating. It's too incestuous. Cluster organization size paladin. Six backup ideas. We're not going into spoilers. MacGuffins and allies you gain each run are randomized, so you will need to go about things very differently each time you play. So it's a roguelike. It's a roguelike module. That's interesting. I don't know. I could see that if it was still with the same characters. You know, the characters just die and come back, exactly like a roguelike would. Sounds like a fun idea for campaign at some point. Alright, but also being a wizard. Just try this is very rewarding. Okay, guys. I am getting hella tired. Oh, let me put my camera on. I think it's about that time. You always end when I get here, bro. You're about to start stream anyways. You're fine. We're gonna go raid whoever this person is. They're mid-session, so let's be nice. It was nice meeting you, sucker. Raid messages. Make sure to send some love. Enjoy their games. Thank you everyone for joining for the podcast. It was fun. I just appreciate everyone. I'm tired. I'm gonna try and not sleep, but thank you everyone, and I will see you guys further along this pilgrimage of ours. Good night, everybody. Bye bye.